going to discuss the creation of our resource card. Resource card is very similar to a promo card. There are a couple of ways you can go about setting this up. Ideally, in most cases, you're going to be adding a resource card instead of a promo card because stylistically, from the display perspective, it's very, very similar to a promo card. This is what promo cards look like. They have a featured image, category, title, summary text, and then a link to a specific piece of content, whether that's external or within the site that is you're on. A resource card instead features the same featured image, but it won't display the category because it technically does not have one. It will display the title, summary text, and a button. I'll show you on the back end what a resource card looks like. You can add a resource card by right-clicking on Home, click Insert. Actually, I apologize. Right-clicking on Page Content. And once that option appears, Insert. You have to do an insert from template, and that's the more difficult way to do it. So I'm going to show you an alternative method for creating a resource card dataset. We're going to do that through Experience Editor. So in order to get to this page on Experience Editor, you can't load that from a component. You have to go to the page that contains the component. You're going to select Home in this case and hit Experience Editor. That'll open a new browser tab to the page that you've selected. Here we have the home page, and you'll see here that we have a promo card section. Here, the promo card section is actually just a container, but it's an important container that allows the promo cards to behave as almost stylistically in a consistent manner. It allows them to close off here on the even bottom so that they're all the same height. It doesn't affect the images. Those are based on making selections of images that are all the same aspect ratio. That is the best way to prove and make sure that those all appear consistent. With that being said, I'm going to click back to Experience Editor. Here what I've done is once you create this promo card section, and you can add a promo card section anywhere you like by clicking Add New Component. And when you click that button, what it does is it will bring up several buttons all over the page that say Add Here. Sorry, there's a little bit of lag at the moment. Okay, so we're going to click Add Here, and that'll bring up an Add Here button between every existing component. So to create a promo card section, we're going to click Add Here wherever we want to place that. And remember, this is a section as opposed to a specific component. And then from the resulting dialog, we're going to select a promo card section to wrap these promo cards with. I've already done that, and that's what this block surrounding these two components is. If we deselect that, okay, so if we select this promo card section, when the promo card section first loads, you'll have this big empty block here. What you want to do is, after you've created the section, you're going to add another component. This component, as opposed to be a promo card section, you're going to select a promo card, or in this case, specifically a resource card. Okay. In promo card sections, you can only place the two renderings, promo or resource card. I've already done that, just so that you don't have to watch any more loading on my screen. And you can see behind this dialog that it is lagging. This is a promo card, and then over here is a resource card. If I can get this thing to go away. Okay, so you would just add the resource card to the promo card. I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is actually define this resource card. Within the resource card, there are several different selections to make. You just highlight the featured image, the title, summary text, and the button. You can select your image just like you do any other image-dependent component by using the Select Media dialog. You have these facets over here to filter your results. Select your image, and it will appear here as the featured image. The heading text you can actually type in directly. That's one of the benefits of Experience Editor. Summary text is the same way. I will say summary text is a rich text field, so if you want to bold something or link something, you would want to go into the Edit the Text dialog. Lastly, this button component, if you click the link, then you'll be able to do an internal or external link. Just keep in mind, external links, you want to test those to make sure that they're actually valid. Internal links, you want to select from the file tree. In both cases, you want to enter the text for the link description. In this case, it's learn more. And that link description will appear as the button text. So we've saved all these changes. What we're going to do now is we're going to publish our changes so that they're live on the page. And while this is publishing, I'm going to toggle back to the content editor just to demonstrate one other concept. So the specific resource card that I created, I titled Resource Card Test. Sorry, I'm going to set this to publish while we're back in Content Editor so we can do two things at once, hopefully. If you create a new data set while you're in Experience Editor, you can make that visible in the Content Editor by closing the parent folder and expanding it. So if we expand this page content folder, the resource card training SLF will appear. You kind of notice anytime you close and expand a folder, you get that Sitecore loading icon. That's because it's re-indexing that folder. So anytime you make changes to the data in Experience Editor, you can reload it in Content Editor with that trick. The only thing I would say to keep in mind is, in order for it to be available in both views, you have to save the change in one or the other to make it available on the other side. So once this page once the publishing queue is complete, we'll go to preview the page from the front of the site, and these promo cards will update to show the resource card in that second position, as opposed to 3 promo cards. So here we have, this is the promo card we selected, which is promo card 1, and then here is that resource card. You can see that stylistically they're very similar. The heading text and the summary text should be the same size, the buttons should be styled the same, and as long as they're in that promo card section, they will both be the same height. So that's as simple as it is. You do not have to combine promo cards with resource cards. You can have a promo card section, which again is that containing component. You can have that and only fill it with resource cards if you like. It's entirely up to you. So, I hope that's helpful. Additionally, like I was saying before, anytime if you ever need to change a resource card, you can navigate to that item from the page content beneath the page that contains it. Select that component. In this case, it's a resource card training SLF. And all of the data selections will appear in the content editor. You can make those changes to the title, content, card image, and card link, as well as Experience Editor. So that's it.